You're welcome. How are you, Stacy? How was your weekend? I only got one video this weekend, and that was from Paul. Paul sounds really good. Hello, Paul. Nice video. Nice work. Seth, hello. Paul, hello. Stacy, hello. Now, Paul, I could critique your video publicly, or you want me to do it privately? Because there was not very much wrong with it. Your shot. Your call. Before I start the lesson, nah, every day's the weekend. Would you like me to critique it publicly or privately? Okay, good. Now the reading was really good. You know, you were a little uncertain, but that's okay. Oh. Hold on. Now just one thing I see that you want to correct, and that's all. Okay, we have number 20. Hold on. I got my old copy, the old elaborated copy that's falling apart because the other books are classic. I'd like to save them and sell them for $500 one day. Okay, solo number 20. Now, what you have to do with this, Paul, the reading was okay, all right? Not a problem. You know, the stroking, we need to talk about. And it's not that bad. When you're making a stroke, if I'm going to play the triplet, the pickup note, 1 and 2. Okay, you see what I did? I didn't lift 1 and the. What I did was I dropped them from here, 1 and 2. What you're doing, if I can do it, you're starting here and you're going 1 and the. You see you're lifting before you're making the stroke? Do you see that? Hey, Jim. Let me play it for you. I'm getting the same sound. You don't see any lifting there. Do you understand that? How you doing, Marcia? I know, Marcia, you're not going to get the PDFs. Okay? Now, what I wanted to work on is where we continue from Thursday, rather. Well, the lift on the stroke is defeating the purpose. It's extra energy. You're going like this. All right? You're going to start. If you're going to do that solo, say the triplet, it should be 1 and the. You see that? I'm getting the same sound from my right and my left. By you doing this, 1 and the, or whatever it was, you're wasting energy. Plus, the possibility of an inconsistent sound is there. Okay, we'll work on that a little bit. How you doing, Seth? Well, it's a problem because what it is, you're anxious. Just drop the stick. Gives you the sound. That gives me a half stroke. I'm not going like this. I'm actually incorporating, if I lift it like that, a full stroke and then a half stroke. Then lift it up again. That defeats it. That's like playing like this. All right, well, it sounds good, Paul. Thank you very much. You are the only one that's been sending me videos. But we're going to straighten out a whole lot of things come next Friday, right, Seth? Right, Stacy? All this will make a whole lot of sense. Well, you got to get out of it, Paul, and you will. It's not about how fast you can play the solo. It's about how correct everything is. You're not incorrect. A lot of people play the solo like that. And in my opinion, you're distorting the sound. You're getting inconsistent sound. See that? I'm just dropping one and the two. You'll get it, Paul. Okay. We started, yeah, I told you I would break down some of the rolls from the Buddy Rich book last week. You know, when it's written, it's presented to you in the Buddy Rich book, it's presented shorthand. All right? That means they're playing 30 seconds to the end. Okay, so now, what I've done, I took a line randomly. If you look at the PDF, Buddy's rolls, you'll see on the left-hand side the way that's presented to you. So you see it, 1, 2. That's the way it's presented. I'll slow that down in a second. Now, what you want to do is you want to do this with a metronome, and you want to do it slow, and you want to be in a 16th note frame of mind. So I have 1, E, and 2, E, and 3, E, and 4, E, and. Now you see the levels in there, Paul? If you want to cook this, if you have those, you start doing those preliminary motion to get the stroke, you're not going to get there. You got to train yourself to get this, and you will. Got it, Paul? All right, so now the first guy is easy. All right? You have an eighth note in 4 30 seconds. So I have 1, E. Now watch the sticks. And the 2. No preliminary motion. Again, I'm starting here. I'm starting here, I'm sorry. 1, E, and the 2, E, and the 3, E, and the 4, E, and the. Now, what happens with that, okay, I look like a robot. I'm not a robot, trust me. What I'm doing is giving you an example of what is occurring with your drumsticks. Okay, you understand that? You see that, Paul? Got it? Even if you just sit there and do a 5-stroke roll from here, like 4 30 seconds and an eighth. 1, E, and the 2, E, and. Now you see how there's no preliminary movement? The. Now when I play it, it's there, it's inside of there. I'm not doing any preliminary motion. That's how you can get your speed. By doing, if you took that up fast, the way you're presenting it, you're not going anyplace. Speed-wise, anyway. Okay, does everybody understand the first line? 1, E, and the 2, E, and the 3, E, and the. Look at the sticks. 4, E, and. I get a consistent sound. Any questions on number 1? Yes? No? Now, Paul, work on that. Everybody work on solo number 20. And you could take this in 4/4, not 4/4, but you could think of it as the triplet. For example, if I'm playing the first measure of solo number 20, and I'm thinking triplet, it would be 1 and, I'm sorry, 1 and 2 and. Hear the sound. And then you swing it, orchestrate it. I mean, learn how to play the solo like you did, Paul, which is good. But look at the first measure. 1, 2, 3, 4. A blues. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Enough of that. Okay. Line number 2. Any questions on line number 2? Gotta drink me the coffee. Paul has no questions. Jimmy, how about you? Hey, Jimmy sent me something really nice yesterday about double bass drumming. And we're going to get into that. I'm going to send everybody what he sent me. Okay? And it's actually the stick control book. Any questions on number 1 before I go to number 2? You're all set, Jimmy. Okay. All right, let me explain what Jimmy sent me some sort of book or something with double bass drum patterns. And all it is, and all you need to do, is open up the stick control book, and it's there. I don't know if you agree with that, Jim, but you know, look at it closely. All right, Stacy has no questions. All right, anyway, let me go to this, what he was talking about. We all remember the ostinato patterns from Shafee's book, correct? 1, we're playing this. Let me close this. For example, we're playing quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. That sounds like shit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, what he's doing, the first one is the single double bass drums, but he's playing it in eighth notes. I'd rather play it in 16ths. What I'm playing with the feet is line 1 of the stick control book. I play line 3, right, right, left, left. Ah. We see that? You see that, Jimmy? It's the stick control book. Every book that you buy, all right, except, you know, they label it rudimental, like a 5-stroke roll, 7-stroke roll, so on and so forth. Everything come out of the stick control book. Everything comes out of it. The book, he didn't realize when he wrote it how brilliant the book was. Too bad he's gone. I would love to sit down and take some lessons with that man. Unbelievable. All right, we're going to go over that in another lesson. And I'm going to send it to everybody, okay? Now, I sent you a PDF with Buddy's rolls. I think there's 2 pages on that. 1 through 12. Look at it. Let me see if you have any questions on it, because I'd like to hit on number, say, 7. Double bass drum formulas by Matt Patella. Oh, give me a break. I could do that, but I'm sick of writing, man. People won't pay for books. All right, it doesn't matter. It's a good idea though. Double bass drum formulas by Matt, but I got to learn how to play double bass drums. If I throw a book out there like that, that means I have to perform it better than most drummers, and I don't have time to. I got so much to do. All right, look at lines 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, throw the questions, please. Ding dong dong dong. Okay, number 7. We'll do it real well. Let's see how we're gonna do it. Any questions on it, guys? Any one of those lines? Look at them. Number 7, nice and slow. 1, E, and the 2, E, and the 3, E, and the 4, E. Again. 1, E, and the 2, 3, E, and the 4. Any questions? Zop, 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 zop. All right, well, we're talking from 7 to 12. How about number 8? It's a half note, 32nd notes tied over to 3. The 4, E, and the 1, E, and the 3, E, and the 4, E, and the. Oh, dog, was there a time difference or something? It's 1:15. I was on here 1:45. All right, let's go to the solo that I wrote out. It's solo number 1, and I'm going to break it down and talk about flam taps, flam paradiddles, flamacus, double paradiddles. So let's take the first line. Solo number 1. First measure, flam taps. Second measure, flam paradiddles. So if I played it over and over again, I'm going to do it slow and regimented. 1, and 2, and. What's this? Well, it's the internet, old dog. I understand. No questions. The right side, well, I break it down. I told you I would break it down. Line, all right, we're on solo number 1, first line. Now, I don't know what kind of rudiment they call this, and I don't care what they call it, but it's a flam with 16ths. That's line number 2. 1 and 2. Now, let's talk about the flam. What is a flam? All right, well, if I have a king note or principal note, whatever they want to call it, it's one sound. Now, I'm doing a right hand free stroke. A flam is a grace note with the opposite hand very close to that stroke. Without, with. The flam makes it sound fatter. So So we have a right hand flam, then we have a left hand flam, alternating, and then downstroke flam. It's hard to explain that one because I'm down all the time. Anyway, you look at the flam tap, you have an alternating flam. So I'm in 2/4. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. Now if you want to get some doubles, here's what you want to do. That's in 16th note formation. 1 E and makes this a lot better. Okay, so then you have the flam paradiddle. The flam paradiddle is just a regular paradiddle with a flam in the first note. Watch, flam. Got it? Okay, so that takes care of the flam tap and the flam paradiddle. The next line, I don't know how to label that. I mean, I guess it's a, I don't know, it's just an 8th note with 2/16. Do each line over and over again. Get the metronome going on. Now the third line, we have a flamacute, I call it, flamacute. So you have number 3. Well, it's not really a flamacute because there's no flam in the beginning. It's 1 E and 2. Then the paradiddle, the flam paradiddle, and alternating flams. So let me play from the first measure to the end of where the repeat is at the first repeat. Yeah, I made a mistake there, I'm sorry. Get it? It's simple. Just go over it slow. Let's see, for example, let me give you you look at it and say, okay, you could play this whole thing, say, at 50. 1 E and 2 E and. Play it there for about 10 minutes at 50. Get everything correct, all the levels in there, the accents in place. Develop your own sound. 1. Really simple. So work on it. And Old Dog, Stacy, Seth, Jimmy, and Paul, send me a video. Now these are fun to do. Okay? Speaking of the paradiddle, the flam paradiddle, if you take a paradiddle ostinato, remember that guy. Now put a flam in front of it. Takes on a whole different texture. We're going to get into that in another lesson. Got it, guys? Any questions? Come back with some questions tonight. Please. Practice this. Tell me what's ailing you, and we'll talk about it. Okay? Now, if possible, Stacy, old dog, Jimmy, Paul, Marcio, whatever his name is, Marcio. Where's Robert today? See if you can make me a video by tonight. I would appreciate that so we can critique it. Any questions? And let me see if I have time to send that double bass drum book that Jimmy sent me to everyone, okay? Paul, you don't play double bass. Old dog, do you play double bass? Seth, do you play double bass? I know Stacy does. Okay, any questions? Okay, Stacy, no questions. Stacy, no questions. Paul, no questions. How about you, Jimmy? Old dog. Old dog, you have double bass drums? I didn't remember. All right, well, that's okay. If you don't, it's for those who do. Somewhere up the road, if you want to do double bass drums. Jimmy says the 18-inch sounds good. I don't think so, man. But hey. Jimmy, any questions? Marcio, any questions? All right. No questions. Practice. I'm going to take one this week, a solo from the NARD book. Anybody familiar with the NARD book? Another classic they stopped printing. We'll do some ratomacues, single, double, triple, drag paradiddles, all that good stuff. Good for you. Okay? All right, so we'll see everybody tonight, 7 p.m. Okay, guys?